Hi guys, this is Professor Selstead here with our first week's lecture. Super excited to have you guys joining me in this class and to dive into your first class of the program. It's a big deal and congratulations on embarking on your bachelor's in child development. So this is Child Development 3023, Human, Child, and Adolescent Development. It is a theory-based course with lots of observation, research, all the good stuff, all the stuff that I love so much as a practitioner in the field. This week's lecture is going to focus on the in and outs of our course, some very important information that I want you to know, and anything that I think you will need to be successful in this course. So first thing, this is me. I am a mother of two little girls. My oldest is 9. My youngest is 3. So I have a third grader and a preschooler. That is my husband there. And of course, there's me. Outside of working at Point Loma, I also work as a preschool director and teacher at the Poway Unified School District. So I'm also in the field with the kids, putting all this theory into practice every day. It's a job I love, in the field I love as well. So how do you reach me? The best way to always reach me is pronto. And the reason it's the best is because my phone alerts me as soon as you send me a message, and I will get it right away. The next best way to reach me is through my email. Again, not the best way and not my preferred way. Always pronto is going to be my preferred way. But email is also a good way. If you are emailing me, though, you must email me with your Point Loma email. So make sure that you're logged into your Point Loma email so that because that is just a university policy. And next, if you ever have an emergency, a question, something like that, text message is always great, or a phone call. And there is my cell phone. And again, text me before you call me because I probably won't answer an unknown number, but I always text and then I'll reach out to you as well. Today, we're going to go over some of our course readings, assignments, writing, and then expectations you can have from me, some week 1 requirements, and then some good old stuff coming up in week 2 as well. So our course reading is Understanding the Whole Child, Prenatal Development Through Adolescence. This is our first time using this textbook, so let me know if there's anything in there that you have some questions about. We can always look at it, especially with the quizzes, and make sure everything is lining up. We then have Fowler, Keeping Faith with God and Our Children. This is an article that you have accessible to you. Both of these are available online, which is super exciting because it saves you guys a whole bunch of money. So we're super excited about this. Next, we have our mini lectures, and watching the mini lectures are mandatory, and you will receive points for participating. You have to watch all of it. I can see how much you watch, and it's a little fun trick I have, or tool that we have. So make sure you're watching all of it to get all of the content out of the material. Next are assignments. So field work is a huge component of your grade, and it is part of if you are looking to earn a permit, it is a permit requirement in the early childhood education permit matrix system. So we do field work, and that'll be in the form of observations. And then you will have several other assignments built into that. Some of your assignments are built off of your observations as well. And then you will have your signature assignment. And your signature assignment we'll go over a little later in the course. And what you'll be doing here is identifying a problem in the field, explaining what it is, connecting it to a theory or a theorist perspective. And then you don't have to solve the problem because we're not asking you to do that, but explain how your problem ties into theory, which is just a super fun writing assignment in our class. Then let's see, read each rubric as you complete your assignment. When I am grading your work, I am looking at the rubric, and that's how I'm grading all of it. So if you don't know what is expected of you, in an assignment, I'll always direct you first. Look at the rubric, see what is expected from you. It'll all be laid out in that rubric. And then when you are accessing any Google documents in the course, make sure that you are logged into your PLNU email account so that you can access them. If you are not logged into that email, you will be denied access. And then there'll be a weird thing that'll tell you to request access. But again, we cannot request access unless it is through your PLNU email. One thing I'd like to touch on really quick is that in our course, we are doing academic writing. In everything that you submit to Canvas, you are using academic writing. If that is even a discussion and a discussion post or even a discussion response, always use academic writing. Then if you are writing a paper, always use your academic writing. These are requisites for any writing at the university level, and it really makes your paper stand out when you are using the professional language, the terminology, correct grammar. These are things that are building you in the professionalism in the field. So I always want to go over a couple of examples. You always capitalize the word I. So always capitalize the word I. Texting, when we text, we don't capitalize the word I. But like I said, this is academic writing. Always capitalize your I's. Your beginning of your sentences, things like that. Proper nouns also capitalized. And this is a unique one, but I always want to point it out. We want to avoid words that are a combination of two words, right? We don't want, like the word can't, we want to write cannot. You just really want to pull that word apart. The word it's, you want to say it is to instead. And the reason for that is it just sounds better. It's more professional, more academic. Really want to use those, the full words. You're not putting those two words together. So I have an example of here. One thing you would not want to say is we can't expect him to go to the store because it's too late. I highlighted the words you would want to change. And over here, you'll see the example. We cannot expect him to go to the store because it is too late. And that is, an example of what I would want to see instead. And then you'll have some citing expectations. One common thing I see students do all the time when they're referencing our course textbook, they'll say, our text says. And this is not academic writing at all. You want to avoid using the word are. You want to avoid any words like I, you, me. That's writing you want to avoid writing in the first person. Always write in the third person. So instead of saying our text says, you would say the name of the textbook. So for example, if our author's name is Rathis and he wrote The Whole Child, you would say Rathis states, and then put your quote. Or Rathis book, The Whole Child, and then put your quote or your in-text citation there. So never ever our text says. If you make any of these errors, I will point them out, and you'll make the corrections to them as necessary. We touched on citing on the last slide. Citing is a big deal. We cite to avoid plagiarism and to show that we are basing our work off of research. So citing means that you're giving credit to the author of the content that you are using. So if you find information from an outside source, You must cite where you received that information. A lot of students worry that if they have too many citations that it looks bad. And actually the opposite is true. The more citations you have from a wide variety of sources, the stronger your paper is. So really, as long as those sources and that material is applicable to your paper, that, cite, use it. It doesn't all have to be direct quotes. It can also be paraphrasing, but always cite your material. When in doubt, cite. We have some references here, your APA 7th edition. We are always doing APA, no MLA anymore. Woohoo! Always APA. Please don't put any headers in your paper. I will cross them out for you. Help is available. We have the Ryan Library where you can research, look up any material. If you're having a hard time looking up, this is not the Ryan Library. This is tutor.com. This is where you will be able to submit your paper and have it reviewed. They'll provide any citing help, any grammar, anything like that. Any guidance for you to make your paper stronger. Here we have the Ryan Library. This is where you can do research for your paper, anything else you're looking for. You want to look at journals and academic articles. If you have never used a library, university library system before, or a community college library system, I will be able to show you that in next week's class and show you how you can use the library successfully. Expectations for me, pronto first. Like I said, always reach out to pronto first. And then I will respond to you pretty quickly. Grading, work will be graded within 1 week of turn-in. Some will be much faster. Some will take a little longer depending on what's needed. All your assignments will have written feedback on them. And I'm a really flexible, understanding person. So if there's anything that you want to talk about or you're concerned about, please reach out to me. Always reach out sooner than later. All right, so week 1, we have a full week. You have a little about me discussion post. You're welcome to the class syllabus and course exploration. Make sure you set up your pronto. Your fieldwork destination. This is where you're going to find out where you're going to be doing those observations at. Make sure that the children you're observing are ages 3 to 5. That is the required age. You're going to want to get started and connect with your partner for your Introduce a Theorist project. You'll be able to see who this partner is in the People tab. If you have any questions or if you don't hear from your partner, please reach out to me right away. And then you want to read chapter 1, I believe, but I have to double check on that actually. Week 2, ignore the reading because like I said, we have a new textbook. So you'll want to check what's in the module for that. But in week 2, you will complete your Introduce a Theorist project. You'll submit it. Then you'll also have your nature versus nurture discussion. There will also be a mini lecture that goes along with that. You'll have a quiz, and then you'll have your infant observation. Your infant observation is the only observation that has the option to be in person or virtual. All other observations must be in person. So those are that's our week 1 lecture. When you go to add a comment here, that's your opportunity to ask any questions that you have or to, say something in the course that you feel really confident about or something you don't feel so confident about. It gives me the opportunity to really make sure that I am tailoring this course to fit your needs and address any problems, concerns, or if you really like something, we could talk even more about that. So add a comment, earn your points. Can't wait to hear what everybody, how everybody's feeling and get to know you guys as we go through these next 8 weeks. Have a great night.